Hi, my name is Dana McDowell, and I'm a licensed professional counselor in the Denver and Boulder area. And I just wanted to take a moment to introduce myself. If you're on my website, you're obviously looking for a therapist or have some questions, and we'd love to give you a little bit of background information about me as you're making your decision about pursuing therapy. I've been in private practice for over 10 years. My original background was actually in marketing and sales, and this was a career transition for me when I felt that the work I was doing wasn't meaningful in a deeper way, and just had the opportunity to go back to school and study therapy because I'd had such a great experience myself while living in San Francisco with a therapist, and found that my work with her was pretty life-changing. And I thought, gosh, if I could do for one other person what Suzanne did for me in my life, that would be a life really well lived. I specialize in eating disorders. I'm a certified eating disorder specialist through the IADEP, or International Association of Eating Disorder Professionals organization. When I started out working in therapy, I didn't actually intend to work with eating disorders, but it was something that just kind of kept coming into my office. And I believe that part of that's because I've been on my own recovery journey for over 20 plus years now, and have been very stable and healthy in recovery, and often use the word recovered versus recovery, which I do believe is entirely possible. And it's a message I love bringing to people in this world, or in this realm around eating disorders, and the potential and possibility of full recovery. My journey started in high school, and actually the setup before that was really wonderful parents who were incredibly strict, very perfectionistic, totally triggered all of those sort of temperamental personality traits that I had to really drive into that perfectionistic attitude. A lot of focus on appearance, and then joined club volleyball and was very successful in that realm. And really, that was where things kind of tipped a little bit. We did weigh-ins. We had to eliminate certain foods in the first 5 food groups. So started this setup around restriction and weight consciousness, and weight dieting, things like that. That continued through the end of high school into college. I struggled tremendously with trying to stay top of my class and managing an eating disorder, and it was very disruptive to my life. I was grateful that I sought out help at the student clinic I went to Miami of Ohio for my undergrad, and I was able to work with a therapist there to get some perspective around what was happening. And through the course of that, was able to bring my parents and family into it, was able to take a semester off of school and really address it on an outpatient level. At that time, inpatient treatment was not an option. It wasn't something that was really as prevalent as we have today, which is, I'm really grateful for the various levels of care that are now available. So let's just say I did it at an outpatient level, and continued on to go back to school, finish up my degree, move on and have a very happy, healthy career, and also had the opportunity to then change careers, as I mentioned earlier, and feel like I get to be of service to people in a way that's really near and dear to my heart, as well as I think makes a contribution to people who are struggling and suffering with this disease. I love what I do. I'm so grateful and really passionate, and just feel so blessed to have a career that I totally love and feel like contributes to people in the world. So that's really exciting to me. I also work with anxiety, depression. I work a lot with people in their mid to late 20s, early 30s who are in that kind of a life. I'm starting to adult more. I've really separated, but I need a little help differentiating from my family still, or kind of figure out who I am. And it's such a beautiful time, but it can be fraught with confusion and struggles and decision making, and I love being of support to people in that realm. So there's a lot of different areas in which I work with people. My background, specifically in training wise, is in contemplative psychotherapy, which is mindfulness-based therapy. So I started studying mindfulness a decade plus ago, before it was cool and research and all that good stuff. So I kind of like to say I was ahead of the curve on that one. And it just resonated for me. It made a lot of sense that, especially with eating disorders, especially with anxiety and depression, we're often very disconnected from our body and our sense experience. We're often operating from here up. And so the opportunity to incorporate mindfulness along with cognitive behavioral therapy, which is helping someone sort of transition and change the way they think about things. And then I also bring in work from, I studied in the Hakomi method, which is a body or somatic oriented psychotherapy. So I like to bring in a number of different modalities of therapy to really individualize treatment for each one of my clients. I will never take a cookie cutter approach to working with you. I always try to really hone in on what the core issues are and help create a treatment plan or a therapy approach that will be most effective for you as an individual, not just taking something out of a book or a manual. Again, I love what I do. Would love the opportunity to talk to you about what your needs might be in this realm, and certainly welcome you to give a call to my office and set up a free consultation and see if I would be a good fit for you. Thanks so much. Have a great day.